Hi, my name is Thomas, and today I'm gonna show you a pretty common issue with lawnmowers and the solution how to fix it. So the issue is that I'm having is that the throttle is just way down. There is no torque, and I can't really mow anything. So I took it apart. I already determined what the problem was, and I'm gonna show you first how to fix it, real easy. And if you wanna hang around, I'm gonna show you at the end or explain why this is an issue and explain the whole mechanism of the problem. So here's the problem. Yeah, it should rev up way higher. So I'm gonna take this apart, replace the part that is bad, and we will go from there. The tools that you need for this repair is one of these, and a governor spring or spring governor, and an 8mm wrench. So this is very important to mention that this is a Briggs engine, and the part number for the governor spring is 596459. You can get this from Amazon for like $7. Pretty cheap. You already know that the issue is that the governor spring is not broken, but from all the heat from the engine, it expanded. That's why the engine doesn't rev up. So you will have to remove the cover, hence the 8mm wrench. You have to take out 3 bolts, and then you can remove the top cover. I'm gonna show you the part that you need to replace. The governor spring is this guy right here. So this is the throttle arm, and the governor spring is hooked up to this piece of metal that's screwed down to the engine itself. So you just have to get the spring out with one of these. I don't think I'm gonna be able to show you. I mean, this side is somewhat easy. You first unhook it from the throttle arm. Like so. And then you unhook it from there, and you put the spring back together. So the issue is, as you can tell, the spring expanded, and that is not good. That's why I don't have the throttle. This is the issue. This is the spring from the mower. You can see that it expanded, and this is the new one. You can see it's all kind of charred black. Not a good sign, really. So I'm just gonna put this back in and explain how this works. So hopefully you heard the difference. It's way higher. This was the issue for me. So this is how this thing works. There is a little arm. This is the carb, right? So you give fuel to the engine through the carb. So this is the open and close valve, and there's a linkage from here. You can see this arm. This is one end. Just remember that, okay? And that little arm underneath the fuel tank goes to this arm. So here's the thing. what happens is that when you turn the engine on, in this position, it's in the in position. Right now the spring is pulling hard, right? There is nothing that fights this arm. So this is full throttle. When you turn the engine on, this is gonna kick out. So the higher the RPM, the more this little arm is gonna kick out. You can see that the other end of the arm that I showed you before, it's up here. So this arm kicks out and pulls on the carb. So it gives, the more it pulls, the more it goes into that direction, the less fuel the engine is gonna get. So I'm gonna simulate, you know, this is the off position. So basically this is full throttle. And the carb is in this position, which is, you know, full fuel. Once I pull on this arm, that means the engine revs up too high. It's gonna get, the carb is gonna get less fuel. So basically this spring is fighting constantly the RPM of the engine. The higher you go, you know, the harder spring is gonna pull back. So if the spring expands, there is nothing that fights the engine back, right? There's nothing that pulls the engine back, giving it more fuel. So the RPM goes down, goes out, and then the throttle stays low. That's the problem with the weak spring. It's kind of, this is a control loop. It's a mechanical control loop, pretty smart to be honest. And that's why if the spring doesn't have tension, good springiness, it doesn't pull it in. The engine doesn't get enough fuel, so the throttle stays down. This is the problem. So now I'm gonna put this back together. I hope you liked this video. You learned something new, and hopefully you can fix your lawnmower for $5 and save yourself a whole bunch of frustration. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions, comments. Please subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.